Napalm Death are an English grindcore band, widely considered pioneers of the genre. Their first album, Scum, was released in 1987, by which time the band contained no original members. The band that became Napalm Death was founded by vocalist and bassist Nick Bullen and drummer Miles Ratledge in May 1981. The duo had been playing together since 1980, when they were only 12. After undergoing many names, including Civil Defence, The Mess, Evasion, Undead Hatred and Sonic Noise, they settled on Napalm Death in mid-1981. By December 1981, the band were joined by Simon Oppenheimer on guitar. At this time, the band were playing anarcho-punk music. By the time the band started recording, in August 1986, both Ratledge and Oppenheimer had departed, the latter which had departed in August 1982, while the former in late 1985. The band gone through many replacements for Oppenheimer and occasionally becoming a four-piece with temporary bassists, whereas Ratledge was replaced by Mick Harris, a local fan. The guitar spot was taken by Justin Broadrick in 1985, whom Bullen had played with in his final project in 1983. Napalm Death were the house band at The Mermaid in Birmingham, whose promoter, Daz Russell, added the band to his newly formed label, after the band had had trouble finding one. At Rich Brit Studios, the band recorded half of what would later become Scum, including You Suffer, a song which is exactly 1.316 seconds long, holding the world record for shortest song. Following the conclusion of these sessions, the band decided not to turn the masters over to Russell, as he hadn't paid them for their residency at the Mermaid. By September 1986, Jim Whiteley had joined on bass, with Bullen focusing solely on vocals, although he soon departed after losing interest in the music. Bullen's departure was shortly followed by Broadrick. The guitar spot was initially taken up by Frank Higley before Carcass's Bill Steer joined full-time, while Lee Dorian took over vocals. The new lineup met Digby Pearson, founder of Earache Records, who had been sent some of the demo tapes by former guitarist Broadrick. Pearson soon signed the band. The new band recorded what would later become the B-side of Scum. Pearson wanted the band to release a full-length album. However, he did not think that the new lineup had been together long enough to make a full album, so he combined the 1986 and the 1987 recordings into one album. Scum was only Earache's third release. Failure of success would have spelled potential bankruptcy. In June 1987, the album was released in a pressing of 2,000 copies. Earache soon signed a contract with Revolver Records, securing a nationwide release of the album. The album attracted the interest of John Peel, a radio host responsible for introducing many seminal bands to the public eye, including Ramones, Roxy Music, The Smiths and The Fall. During this newfound popularity, Jim Whiteley departed the band. He was replaced by Shane Embury, who had previously been asked to join instead of Whiteley back in 1986. And by July 1989, Steer and Dorian also both departed. Steer to focus on Carcass, while Dorian formed doom metal band Cathedral. Barney Greenway joined as the band's new singer, while Jesse Pintado joined as the band's new guitarist. The band are also joined by Mitch Harris as second guitarist after touring in support of their second album, Enslavement to Obliteration. All these lineup changes meant that the only member remaining from either Scum lineup was Mick Harris, who departed the band in 1991 after conflicts within the band, meaning that the band now consists of no members of either Scum lineup. Harris continues to be active in music. He is also known performing with John Zorn and Bill Wassell in the extreme metal and free jazz project Painkiller, as well as working in electronic and ambient music with his projects Scorn and Lull. After Napalm Death, Bullen was also a member of Scorn with Harris from 1991 to 1995, and he also works with the avant-garde techno group Germ, the experimental soundscape group Umbilical Limbo, and released material under his own name, including an album called Bass Terror with Bill Laswell. Bullen also has degrees in English literature and philosophy and computer science. Following his departure from Napalm Death, Broadrick joined Head of David on drums before he formed Godflesh, which has been his primary band since. Like other members of the A-side, he has also been active in electronic music, including being part of Techno Animal with Kevin Martin. Scum and its songs would become a huge influence on grindcore and noisecore. The album is also remarkable, considering that, at the time of recording the A-side, Broadrick was only 16, having written some songs when he was 15, while Bullen was either 17 or 18 and Harris was 18. Scum is a strange album, but if you can stand the raw power and the unclean vocals, it is a great listen.